and recognize the critical importance of ensuring safe workplaces for every person, every task, every day. Being a true safety champion means committing to total human health. It means staying present. It means looking out for one another and never allowing complacency to take hold. Because when we lose focus, the consequences can be unimaginable. You may have noticed that we have a welding helmet and gloves here on stage tonight. That equipment belonged to Amber Czech. She's a young woman whose life was lost in a preventable workplace incident, leaving behind a family that is forever changed. They're here to represent her craft, her future, and her life that she should still be living today. In this video we're about to play, you're gonna get to hear from her parents and get to know her story and why it matters to all of us.
Amber growing up, she was strong-willed, we'll say that. She has 2 younger siblings. Zoe is 19 now, and Caleb is 16. He turned 16 2 days after I'm sorry.
She was a very hard worker. When she wasn't welding, she'd be off helping her brother-in-law with his lawn care service. The squigs is what they call them, where you got the zigzags. She'd do them and they'd be perfect. And her welds, everything, perfect.
The sky was the limit for her. Nothing was going to stop her. So she worked the week prior. She was on a road crew in Garden City, Kansas. Came back to work the following week, was working in the shop. Monday, like a normal day. Tuesday, she went into work and never came home. A coworker.
The guy just walked up behind her and hit her with the sledgehammer and then hit her a few more times while she was on the ground.
We didn't find out about it until the early afternoon hours. And just turned our world upside down.
Shock, disbelief, feeling a little bit of a responsibility. As a leader in this industry, we got to do something. We can't ever let anything like this happen again.
She was a kid. Just a kid. I'm friends with Jessica Casero, who happened to run into Amber's parents last week at a conference. On Monday, we were all going out for a dinner with the executive team, and I said, you should tell everybody what you told me, and which she did.
I had to do a double take and to understand, because I hadn't heard about it.
This is what I love about Milwaukee Tool. This is what I love about ABC. There was just an immediate, what are we going to do?
I picked up a phone, called Shane Moll, the president of Milwaukee, and we talked about this, and we both agreed that we're all in as a team to figure out how we can preserve Amber's legacy.
He actually pulled out his phone and said, "Ron, do you understand the definition of now?" And I said, "Yeah, let's do this right now."
Life is all about choices, and choices in moments of truth. We see it an opportunity to recognize leaders that act in that moment of truth.
I think the thing that strikes me the most about it is that this is a person that only 2 people in that room knew. But because of a ridiculously senseless act, we all know her now. And because of what we've accomplished and what we did in this short period of time, she's always going to be remembered. And that is just, it's probably one of the proudest moments of my life.
I'm just so grateful for all the support that we received. It's it's truly been touching, and we just hope her name is never forgotten. And we hope no one else ever has to deal with this kind of situation.
After she passed, I knew I wanted a tattoo. I didn't say nothing, but I had to get some with Milwaukee because that was her tool of choice. This is her toolbox. This is her welding. This is a quote. It says, "May the arcs you strike among the heavens fall back to the earth as the brightest of stars."
So at Milwaukee Tool, I gotta tell you, this is so awesome. This whole thing that happened in 72 hours this week, I just can't. It's just awesome. That's all I can say. But at Milwaukee Tool, I'm reading it right here. Safety isn't a talking point; it's a responsibility we carry into every job site every day. And tonight, that responsibility becomes something more permanent. It's our honor to introduce an award that will carry Amber's name forward, ensuring she is never forgotten and that her story continues to shape the way the industry thinks, acts, leads when it comes to safety. This award's not just a recognition, it's a commitment. A commitment to fight complacency, to protect one another, and to make sure a tragedy like this never happens again. It's our profound honor to be joined tonight by two incredibly special guests. Pete and Angie Czech. Their courage has turned unimaginable loss into purpose, and their voices are changing this industry. Please join me in welcoming them to the stage.
There's no words that can fully meet this. But what you have done and what you continue to do matters more than you may ever know. What's remarkable is that this moment, this commitment, has come together in just the last 72 hours. That's the speed that we operate in this industry when it needs to be met. When something matters, we move and we move together. We don't have the ability to turn back time. We can't undo what happened to him. But what we can decide is what we do next. We can take this unspeakable tragedy and turn it into rocket fuel. Fuel that drives every person in this room to think differently, to act differently, and to lead differently. Because the future of this industry isn't somewhere out there. It is right here in this room. It is in every one of you. And because Pete and Angie had the strength to answer our call, to share Amber's story, to stand with us tonight. Every one of you will walk into a workplace now that is more aware, you're more human, more compassionate, and safer than ever before. And that is how we're going to honor Amber. Not just in words, but in action. So tonight, I ask you do more than applaud. I ask you to stand. I ask you to please join me in standing and providing an ovation for Pete and Angie Czech and for the impact they are making on the future of safety in our industry.
Thank you for that powerful reminder of why we are